In the movie WALL-E, we are shown what a dystopian society would look like in the near future. I say this because of how things are looking nowadays. People are not paying attention to their surroundings and relying on technology to do all their activities. WALL-E is a great example of something that could happen eventually to all humans living on Earth. At the start of the movie, we are introduced to WALL-E, who is the only one of his kind still functioning. Even after so much time has passed, WALL-E is still doing his job because that's his whole reason to exist. In the movie, we can see how the planet is surrounded by garbage and all humans had to abandon Earth. They failed to take care of the Earth and decided to leave because they didn't have any other choice. The garbage got to a point where it's impossible to live there. The air pollution was so bad that any living organism was unfit to live there. The water was also polluted, which meant it was contaminated. Organisms in the water could not survive. When they had left, they left cleaning robots called WALL-Es, which were manufactured to clean Earth while everyone took a vacation in space. But they got so comfortable, they spent 700 years in space completely forgetting about Earth.
When WALL-E gets to the human ship, we see that everyone has become really fat due to reliance on technology. They were being manipulated by Otto. They didn't know they were being controlled until it was too late. Otto would manipulate the captain to tell them that everything was fine, even if it wasn't. They couldn't see what was really going on around them because they would always be on their screens, not noticing their surroundings. For example, when WALL-E bumps into the lady, she is unable to see around, and she even comes to realize that they had a pool in the ship. It's similar to how some people nowadays can't have a family meal without everyone at the table being on their phones. The people in that chair were only able to notice because WALL-E was there to stop Otto. Because if it weren't for him, everyone would have stayed there without going back to Earth. They have been brainwashed since they were kids, that's why it took them so long to notice that something was wrong. They were being fed only liquid food and they didn't even question it. They would communicate with others through video calls and they wouldn't interact with each other if they were right next to them.
The captain of the spaceship had been brainwashed so much that he didn't even notice that he was being controlled by the autopilot. Practically, Otto had taken control of the ship without anyone knowing. Everyone on the ship was oblivious to Otto's schemes, while he was the only one able to notice how evil he was. Not knowing he had saved everyone there, some of the robots started to realize that they could too do things other than the roles that they were given, and it was all thanks to WALL-E.
I feel like any person wouldn't have noticed what was going on if we were in their situation because they were brainwashed and small. They were in space for 700 years and that would make anyone oblivious to other things. Who knows how much longer they would have stayed in that situation if it wasn't for WALL-E. Like those two people WALL-E talks to, they became aware of their surroundings because they got interrupted by him and they started to realize that something was wrong. I believe that even if WALL-E wasn't there to help them, they would have at least been someone who would have questioned their lifestyle on the spaceship. I don't think Otto was evil because he was programmed to stay away from Earth because of the harm that pollution could bring to the people on board of the ship. He felt like they wouldn't be able to do anything without his help. That's why he wanted them to stay there. When they finally defeated Otto, they went back to Earth. They realized the mistakes their founding fathers had made. They realized that Earth was left to die.